The sound of pages turning means it's time for another episode from the Meredith Library Podcast Studio, bringing you the library's latest news, information, and fun.
Good afternoon, Matthew.
Good afternoon, MaryBeth.
And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to episode 45 of Check It Out here at the Meredith Library Podcast Studio.
Right, so MaryBeth, this is our special holiday episode. We are going to talk about library-themed gifts that people can give to everyone on their list. We are going to bring back a classic interview with a very special guest here on the podcast. Spoiler alert, it's Santa Claus. And we are also going to do a brand new reading of Twas the Night Before Christmas. This will be our third year in a row bringing a different version of that because we've had a different mix of people reading it.
Yeah, that'll be great. It's that time of year again, if you can believe it.
I know. It is amazing. And it's actually snowing today while we are recording this.
I know. We're all snuggled in. Hey, so we have a bunch of stocking stuffers for Meredith Library themed gifts that people can purchase at the circulation desk. Do we have some ornaments?
We do. We have the brand new 2025 keepsake ornaments for the library. So people may remember last year we had one style of ornament for the 2024 keepsake. For 2025, we have 3 different ornaments they can purchase.
So this one that I'm looking at, it's beautiful. I believe it's porcelain.
Yeah, so we have, for the first time, we have a porcelain option, and that's the one you're looking at. It's an oval, and I don't know a better way to describe the edges of it. I always say it's like a lace design. Does that make sense?
That's accurate. So it's oval in shape, and then the outer edge, you can see through it in certain spots. It does look a lot like lace.
Right. It's kind of like little holes. I'm sure there's some fancy design word for this. But so you know what? People just have to come in and see the ornament for themselves.
I know. And at a $10 price point, I mean, it's gorgeous.
All right. So this one that we're looking at right now, we're talking about rather, and we are looking at, that has a view of the library from the side. And this is the library before it had the additions on it. So this is the original library. And you can even see the statue on the lawn in this one. And this one is in color. And like all the ornaments, it comes with its own red satin ribbon, which is really cool. So it can be hung on the tree. It can be hung even from a mantle or wherever you want to put your decorations.
Yeah, the two-sided perspective of this is great. You have one side says the library's name and the date we were founded.
Yes, 1882.
And then the classic front of the library logo on the front.
Right, perfect. All right, so that's one of the ornaments. The other 2 ornaments are made of metal, and they are from a classic photo of the library. And again, before any of those additions, is not from the 80s or anything. This is from the early 1900s in the picture. And it has both of them have horse and carriage going by the library on the street in the front.
Okay.
And one is a black and white version, and one is a colorized version of the same picture. And both of those on the back have the library logo, the name, and the year, 2025. So you'll always associate purchasing this ornament with these holiday memories from this year.
They're all lovely. I'd be hard-pressed to make a decision of which one I would want to purchase. I kind of feel like I'm gravitating to one of each.
You need the whole collection. That's right. Exactly.
You get the collection. You could walk away. $30 takes all 3. It's the perfect stocking stuffer.
Yeah, absolutely. And each one comes with its own red satin gift bag as well.
That's great. And locally sourced.
Yeah, so they're created right here in Meredith, designed and produced right here in Meredith by pineandberry.com.
Very nice.
All right, and what else? Speaking of things with the library's photo on them.
Oh my gosh, we have a 5-pack of these beautiful prints of the library with the garden out front. It's the modern day version of us. The 5-pack sells for $20, and I think they're 5x7s.
Greeting cards, yeah.
Greeting cards. You can get them at the circulation desk. We also have a print from Mark Bard that he did a watercolor of the library. Titled Meredith Treasure. It's number 9 out of 25. And this is a print of the original that we have hanging here at the library. And so I understand somebody bought it and then bought the original and then gifted it back to us. Is that correct?
That's correct. So you can actually see the original painting framed, hanging right near the circulation desk. And those prints, as you said, the one you're holding as the example is number 9 of 25, but there are still several others left. Off the top of my head, I'm going to say maybe 10 or so. But if they want the exact one that MaryBeth promoted, that was number 9. But each one is numbered individually, obviously. And you had mentioned the greeting cards, and that is the same watercolor reproduction as on the greeting cards as well.
That's right. So $20 for the greeting card and then $60 for the print.
Yes. And, I do remember last year, this is really interesting. I was working at the circulation desk, and I do remember multiple people buying these different things, saying that they were giving them as gifts. But one particular one, I remember the man came in and he asked for the print of the library. And he said that his wife requested that as a Christmas gift. So he was fulfilling that for her Christmas wish list.
He's a smart human.
Well, that's what I said. I think that that's going to go over very well since you're giving your wife exactly what she asked for.
Nicely done. So that's sort of like not just the keepsake ornaments. You could get one of those. You could get one of each. You could get the card pack. You could buy the whole lot. And all of this goes back to the Friends group, all of the proceeds.
Yes, exactly. All of it goes back into the Friends of the MaryBeth Library. And they use the money to finance our programs such as speaker fees, the supplies that are used for various programs, and the food that we serve at programs. It's all program money. It's not from the taxpayers. It all comes from the money that the Friends raise.
Yep. And so that's just one of the most beautiful gifts to support your local library and a local artist and the locally sourced ornaments.
Exactly. Oh, and don't forget the little dog with the sweater.
So on this little dog, we have a little stuffy here. It says on his shirt, "I love to read," and he can be yours. You can walk away with him and promote reading for $5. And this would look so cute sticking out of a Christmas stocking on Christmas morning, perhaps?
Absolutely. And all those people who want puppies for Christmas, well, for $5.
The one I want is alive.
Well, you want them both, probably.
I want them both.
Yeah, you want them both. Yeah, he's really cute. All this is available, or all these are available at the circulation desk. Then, I feel like we should do an infomercial. But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
There is. So the additional items we're going to talk about are some vintage MaryBeth media items, which are also available at the circulation desk. We have DVDs that have The Close Shave, and a different one is MaryBeth, The First 200 Years. And both of those are DVDs that were produced way back by Bob Montana, as everyone knows, the creator of Archie Comics. And also, there's one more. We have a book from 1989 called Filling the Void, and it's by local historian Rudy Van Vetten, who comes to many things at the library and also works with the MaryBeth Historical Society. This is a book of library history up to 1989.
It's a great year.
Yeah, it's so cool. I know. I feel like we need like 80s music going off or something. If only we could afford the licensing for that, right? Mm-hmm. But anyway, so those 3 vintage media items are also available. Feel like people could do their entire Christmas shopping list right here at the library.
They really could. They really could. And they should.
They should, exactly. All right. So thank you, MaryBeth, for introducing those great items and getting everybody all excited about them.
Yeah, it's the most wonderful time of the year, as they say.
Yes, absolutely. For our next special holiday event here on our special holiday episode, we are going to bring back a classic special guest that we had here 2 years ago. And you know who that is, because I already gave the spoiler alert.
It's Santa.
It's Santa.
Yep.
So we interviewed Santa here on the podcast. He called in special from the North Pole. And I think that it was such a great interview. And, Santa is timeless.
He really is. And, he's also very busy.
Exactly. So we thought rather than take some time away from his overseeing the elves and all that toy making this year, we would bring back that classic interview where he talks about all kinds of stuff, including whether boys and girls need to behave in the library to be on Santa's good list.
Yes, you do. I can answer that.
You probably
I can answer that, being the teen librarian. Yeah, there's only one way to be on the nice list. And
the nice list, that's right. I just called it the good list, didn't I? I need to listen to that interview.
Yeah, you
I'm
should.
out of practice.
Yeah. It's a long list.
And I do
the naughty list is long.
Yeah, well, it often is. But I do remember Santa telling boys and girls how to get off the naughty list if they were on it. So I think that's some valuable information.
Did he ask them to go to the library?
You know, I think people need to listen to find out.
Okay.
All right, so let's play that for everyone. Here it is.
All right, Samantha, I am going to take the call.
Okay.
Well, hello, Santa.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! There's one thing I love, that's a library.
That is great to hear, Santa. You are definitely on the right podcast today, then.
Yes, you are.
Well, thank you. It's nice to be here.
Well, it's nice to have you here.
Yes, thank you for taking the time. We know this is your busy season.
Absolutely, but it's also our best season.
Oh, I like that. That's a good way to look at it.
We make toys, we package toys, we drink cocoa, we eat cookies. It's a wonderful, wonderful time.
What is your favorite cookie? I want to know because I give you different cookies every year.
Well, of course, it's the snickerdoodle. Ho, ho, ho! And also the snowball. Ho, ho! In fact, I like them all.
Well, I think that people would guess that sometimes, Santa. That might not be so surprising. Maybe some eggnog to wash them down as well?
Well, actually, I like plain milk to wash them down.
Okay. Not Coca-Cola, right?
Just plain old milk.
Okay. You do a lot of advertisements for Coca-Cola. That's why I'm asking.
It's hard to heat the North Pole without some other side hustles.
All right, Santa, we know that you're very busy, so we are going to get right to the questions that we prepared for you. Does an overdue library book put someone on the naughty list?
It absolutely puts you on the naughty list, but only until you bring it back.
Okay. That's fair, I think.
And good to know. That might save some people who were listening. All right, let's move on to another question. How about, do you still deliver a lot of print books for Christmas? You know, with the advent of the Kindle and all. How does that work these days?
Absolutely. People love to have a book in their hand, to smell a book, to just put a bookmark in the book and find their place very easily. Easy to flip back and try to figure out somebody's name because you haven't paid that great of attention to the story. But it's hard to do that on the Kindle, so people still love actual books.
Okay. Well, on top of that, I want to know, what is your favorite Christmas book?
Oh, I've got so many favorite Christmas books that it's hard to pick just one, but my favorite, of course, is Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens. It's hard to top that.
How about another question involving kids in the library? Can you tell me how kids' behavior in the library impacts their Christmas placement on the naughty list or the nice list?
Well, I completely understand that when kids get to the library, they're very excited. It's a wonderful place to be, especially if you're a kid. But they have to remember that other people are also at the library as well, and manners are always very important. And people don't know this, but one of the main reasons someone might go on the naughty list is just being inconsiderate of other people.
That's a great reason to be on the naughty list. Being considerate of other people is really important.
And what would you suggest if someone realizes they have been acting that way, but now they need to get off the naughty list and on the nice list in time for Christmas?
Well, it's easy to get off the naughty list. You just change your behavior and try to do better. And you don't have to be perfect to be on the nice list. You just have to try.
All right, excellent. Excellent advice. Thank you, Santa. We have to ask this question or our listeners will just revolt. So the question is, how do you deliver to so many houses in one night?
Do you enlist the help of Christmas magic?
Yes, absolutely.
So, in the library, we have a lot of children's story times. I'm wondering if, like Miss Karen, does Mrs. Claus read to the elves?
Well, Mrs. Claus reads to the elves, but I also like to read to the elves. It's not just, the mom that reads these days. The dads read too. And I have just as much fun reading to the elves as she does.
That's very contemporary of you.
All right, well, Santa, we know that you have very limited time with us today. I mean, I believe it's probably time to feed the reindeer about now. Is that true?
Absolutely. They need their magic corn or they're not going to fly.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us today, Santa.
Well, thank you for having me. Have a great holiday.
Did that bring back some memories, MaryBeth?
Of course it did. That was a wonderful trip down memory lane.
It was, and I said, it's classic, it's timeless, and I'm so glad we could share that with everyone once again. All right, so speaking of classic and timeless, we have another tradition here for Christmas on the Meredith Library podcast. Check it out. For the past 2 years, since the podcast has been established, we have done a reading of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, also known as A Visit from St. Nicholas, by Clement Clark Moore. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in the hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap.
When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash.
The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the luster of the midday to the objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer.
With a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name.
Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all.
As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too.
And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and I was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound.
He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack.
His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and his beard of his chin was as white as the snow.
The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly.
He was chubby and plump and a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread.
He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose.
He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like a down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." So Matthew, right now we want to just pause and take a minute to wish everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We hope that everybody has a happy and healthy 2026. From all of us here at the Meredith Library, your library family wants to wish you happy holidays.
Goodbye, MaryBeth.
Goodbye, Matthew.
Goodbye, everyone.
Jingle bell sound effect, courtesy of freesoundslibrary.com. Used under license, Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0.
Podcast music titled Daytime TV Theme
by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0.
Podcast copyright 2025. Meredith Library Podcast Studio.